y'all, and welcome to today's video. I am very excited. I went to my Ulta store this afternoon and I bought the new Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl palette. I'm uber excited because I realized I have not tried a Too Faced eyeshadow palette since the Sweet Peach palette, which was 5 years ago. I have not tried Too Faced eyeshadows in 5 years, and we talked about this in Judging New Makeup a week ago, and I talked about how cinnamon rolls are one of my favorite food, and this packaging was just pulling me in. I think it's so cute, so I'm very excited. I want to try this out. I want to see if the Too Faced formula is better than it used to be. Have they improved it? I mean, 5 years ago, I loved my Sweet Peach palette, but this is the first palette since then that has called to me. Look at the tin packaging with the raised cinnamon rolls. Like, I'm so excited about it. A lot of y'all told me that you were excited about this release too, so we are gonna swatch it and we're gonna do 2 looks today. And if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, Too Faced eyeshadow palettes, we are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today, because I upload lots of new content every single week. This is actually my second upload today, and I had 6 videos last week. So subscribe if you like lots of new videos, but I cannot wait to try this out. So let's jump into it. Starting off, I'm going to insert a close-up of the palette so that you can see what it looks like before it gets all messy from my fingers and brushes. This palette at Ulta is $49. I will link it down below at Ulta, and anywhere else I can find it, I'll link it down below for y'all. If you are interested in this palette and you do want to purchase it through my link, thank you so much. That helps me out a ton, but you watching the video also helps me out so much. So thank you for being here. I want to smell this palette first of all. We've got the cute little cinnamon roll here, whoops, on the inside. It's that classic Too Faced tin packaging. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry. It smells like cinnamon, but it smells like cinnamon rolls. Like, it's the sweet cinnamon, not the spicy cinnamon. Oh, I'm so pumped. This palette was $49. Like I said, I went into store. They had a big display with this, and a lip product launched with this too. I have not been crazy about the Too Faced lip products, so I decided to skip on that. But I'm going to insert swatches for y'all, and I have to say, I think this swatched really well. I think the swatches look really pretty. To me, when I was dipping my fingers in this palette, it really reminded me of like an Anastasia Beverly Hills formula, the formula she uses in her classic, like traditional palettes, not the Norvina palettes, but the ABH formula. That's what it reminded me of when I was swatching. But of course, the true test of a shadow is how it applies on the eyes. So this is not a typical me color story. I actually showed this to Dusty, my husband, and Jackson, my son. I was like, do you think this is a me palette? And they were both like, no, it's not dark enough, it's not colorful enough. And that's what I think too. Like I said, the packaging drew me in, but this purple is really pretty, and then there's some like pinky mauve-y tones. I think we can do a colorful eye, and then we can do a very neutral eye. The thing is, when there are very light shades like this in the palette, like half of this palette is pretty light, it needs to be pigmented to where it really shows up. So that's what we're going to test. We're going to do a neutral eye, and we're going to do something with this purple, and we're going to see, can we make this palette bold and colorful? Can we make it a me palette? We're going to test it out, but I'm excited. Again, it's been a long time since I've tried a new Too Faced palette. I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC paint pot. I do have deep set eyes, so I'm very prone to creasing, and I do have oily eyelids, so that's like wham wham crease city. So I always prime my eyes. I am going to use my MAC paint pot, I'm going to zoom y'all in and we are going to create 2 different eye looks. Okay, you're all zoomed in so you can see me apply these shadows. I'm going to use an M504 brush from Morphe, and it's so hard to decide when jumping into a new palette. But what I think we'll do first is go in with See Me Rollin'. How cute is that name? There is a very nice mirror in this palette, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going right in. This Morphe brush is big and fluffy, so it's going to do a lot of area for me quickly. And these bristles are so fluffy that it's going to make the blending easy. This shade right away is pigmented and easy to blend. I think this is a really pretty shade. I'm just buffing it in and out. I am blending this not just in the crease, but above the crease to help open up my deep set eyes. And I'm pulling the shadow out like that. Okay, I want to keep this eye a little more colorful, so we're going to go into this shade right here because it's definitely a pinky mauve. It's called Ready, Set, Bake. And this is another 504 brush. I really like this brush. I'll link it down below for y'all. I like it so much I have 2 of them. And I'm just going back and forth. And yeah, I'm happy to see that's definitely a pinky purple mauve shade. I was hopeful that it wouldn't look too neutral once I got it on the eye, and it doesn't. It's definitely a colorful shade, which I like. Okay, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Lick the Spoon, which cracks me up. This is a melt brush, and I'm just going to go over the top of where I blended that first shade, Ready, Set, Bake, and just kind of buff in. It's just going to help with the blend. It's going to make it to where it's a nice fade between the 2 different colors to my skin. And I'm going to do the same technique over here. So first I went in with See Me Rollin', and now I'm going to go into a Muffin Top. That's a cute name too. And this is just a Cleona brush, and I'm going to buff along the edge of where I blended that first shadow. I like doing this. I like kind of going in with the darker shade first and then going in with the lighter shade and blending out the edges. I know sometimes I go in with the light shade first, but I think you can get a really nice blend and a lot of impact when you do it the other way around, like dark shadow first. Okay, I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to go into Cinnamon Swirl. Every time I hold this palette up, I like have to sniff it because it smells so good. This is an Odin's Eye FR2 brush, and I'm going to use this to deepen up the outer corner over here. I'm just blending it down to the lash line and pulling it out. And that shade blended so well. Beautiful. Now here is where I wish I could change something about the palette. I have this beautiful mauve tone. I have this beautiful pinky gold shimmer. I have a purple, but I don't have like a deep purple matte. I wish I did. So what I think I might do is actually go into Stay Current right here. But it's not like current, it's like current, the food, current. I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to use this like I would a matte. Even though it's a metallic shade, I'm going to use this to deepen up. I'm blending it down to the lower lash line and flicking it out. And this brush is from a BH Cosmetics Birthstone series brush set. And that's actually really pretty to deepen it up. It's a little more dramatic. So I want to go back over here and I want to actually deepen this up more because this is so deep. I'm going to go into Butter Up, and I'm using that same Odin's Eye brush from earlier. There we go. And that's going to give me the depth I want. Because even though we're doing two different eye looks, I do have things to do today, places to go, and I like wearing 2 different eye looks. I think it's really fun, and I actually do it a lot as part of like me testing and reviewing makeup. I like to use as much as possible. So if I can keep the same shape on my eyes and the same kind of like light to dark tones, I feel like it can look really, really pretty. So we're just deepening that up here. Okay, now we're gonna go in with some shimmer shades on the lid. When I do shimmer shadows, no matter the brand, I really like to either use a glitter primer or spray my brush so that the shimmer doesn't fall out anywhere. And I just feel like no matter the brand, no matter the shadow, spraying the brush can help take it to that next level. So I'm going to use this Glow Recipe Mist I have. It's almost out, so it's not great for the face for me anymore. So I really like using it with my shadows. And what we're going to do over here is I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush. These Real Techniques brush don't usually have names on them, but they come in their sets. And I'm going to go right into this beautiful purple shade, probably the most colorful shade in the palette. This is called Food Court. All right, I am going to put this almost all over the lid. See, I'm not bringing it in all the way here. And I'm going to blend this up. And I'm not going to bring it all the way out either, because I really want that dark shade out here to stay dark. I want the depth. I don't want to cover that up. But that's a very pretty purple shade. I'm just packing it on and then blending. So pretty. Oh, I like that. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This is kind of a pink gold, rose gold type of shade, and I'm going to pick this up on a Morphe brush. This brush is from a holiday set last year. I'm going to spray it just like I did the other shade, and this is going to go on my lid, but it's going to go on that inner corner. And then when I get right up to the edge of that purple, I'm just going to lightly flick to give myself a nice blend, and so that it's a very nice seamless type of transition and not a harsh line in between the two colors. I feel like that is beautiful. Okay, for over here, I'm gonna grab this e.l.f. brush. This was from like one of their mint collections, and we're gonna go in right here with I'm Toasted. This is so pretty. I'm just going to pick that up, of course, like I said, with all my shimmers. I do spray my brush. And I'm going to put this in the exact same spot that I put the purple shade over here. So it's going basically in the center of the lid, not all the way to the inner part of the lid, and not covering up that matte brown that we put in the outer part of the eye. That's a very pretty copper bronze type of shade. Alright, next I'm going to take Sticky Buns right here. So beautiful. This is a Sosu brush. This was a part of a set. I don't know if it's available anymore, but I'm going to put this in the same spot we put that gold pink over here. I'm just going to apply it with the same technique. Buffing it on, blending it up. Okay, for my inner corner over here, I want to go into Sticky Fingers. This is a really pretty pink shimmer. Oh, that's really colorful. Once I like have it on, it's like bright pink. That's really pretty. Do you see how pink that is? I mean, I know it's just in such a small spot, but I really like that. And for over here, for this inner corner, we're gonna go into Frost Those Buns. That is adorable. I mean, 10 out of 10 on the names, Too Faced. Okay, for over here, I'm gonna go back into Stay Current. I'm taking this on a flat brush, and I'm gonna keep this right up against my lower lash line. I am getting some fallout with this shade, but for me it's okay. I powdered my face already, so when I get done, I can just wipe it away easily. But I'm keeping that right underneath the eye. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I'm just gonna keep to this deep matte brown. This is called Batter Up, sorry. Batter Up, so cute, okay. Putting that under the lower lash line, dragging it out like this. That is so pretty. Okay, I want to get mascara on. I'm gonna skip lashes. I don't normally wear false lashes. Every now and then I will. But I'm just gonna go in with my Too Faced Killer Liner. I'm gonna go in with my black liner, lower waterline, upper lash line. I'm gonna put on some mascara. And then I will be back and we'll kind of talk about how everything's looking and my initial thoughts on this palette. All right, y'all, here is both of my completed looks. Two different looks with the Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl palette. I just added my Killer Liner in black and some Melt Supernatural Lash Mascara. I will have everything on my face linked down below for y'all, but I do have on my LA Girl Shockwave Nude Lip Liner in Gingerbread and the JUVIA'S lip gloss in Barely There. I'm wearing Cover FX highlighter palette. I just went in with this middle shade. But let's talk about this palette. I feel like we went very colorful over here. If you like, this is a pink purple eye. I'm very happy I was able to do that. And then we have a bronzy, neutral, more sultry eye over here. I'm impressed. I feel like using these shadows, it reminds me very much of ABH. So if you haven't tried Too Faced shadows like me in 5 years, that's kind of what these shadows reminded me of. Of course, I'm not a big like ingredients type of person, so I can't go into all that, but performance wise, I feel like this performed really well. This is a very neutral palette with a couple of pops of like purpley, pinky tones. So if you do want to create a more purpley mauvey eye, you definitely can. I'm happy about that. Is this a completely me color story? No, y'all know I love colorful shades, but I think this is beautiful. I love neutral shadows. I love colorful shadows. I don't discriminate. I just love makeup over here at my channel. We just love all the makeup. And I'm very happy with my purchase. I will say that. I do not regret at all spending the $49 on this palette. I'm going to keep playing with this, keep trying it out, and I will definitely follow up in a couple of weeks. Probably, what is this, the end of August? I'll probably follow up around the beginning of October after I've used this a lot more, and I will rank it and tell you kind of my thoughts on it overall after having used it more. But I have to tell you, my first impression, I really like it. I really like both of these looks. I think the quality of the shadows was really good. I only used, I think about, what did we use? Like 12 to 15 shades, something like that. So this is an 18 shade palette. Yes, 18 cinnamon roll scented sweet and spicy shades. So I want to use the rest of the shades. I want to use this some more, but I have to tell you, whoop, that's upside down. I'm very happy with my purchase. One, it just makes me happy. Looking at this fills me with joy. I love the scent. It smells like one of my favorite foods. It's making me hungry. I think the shadows performed very well. I think it's so beautiful. I love the mix of mattes and metallics and shimmers. I think it's super pretty. I'm happy with it. If you were wondering my first impression thoughts, I'm happy with my purchase. I really like this. So I want to say thank you for watching. Again, everything on my face will be linked down below. So if you do shop through my links, thank you so much. If not, shop your stash. See if you have these shades already. You may not need to buy this palette. Shop your stash, pull out what you have, see if you can recreate these eye looks. I always think that's so fun to shop your stash, love the makeup you have, But thank you again for watching. I will see you very soon in another video. Y'all, I have been filming. There's going to be lots of new videos coming this week, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out, and I will see you then. Bye!